The moment of transformation often brings a surge of fear. This fear appears after an initial breakthrough. Fear is not a sign of regression, but rather friction. This friction occurs as the old identity gives way to the new. Transformation involves the dissolution of a prior state. The sensation of stretching a muscle beyond its limit indicates expansion, not necessarily injury. Discomfort during stretching signals the muscle's adaptation and growth process. The subconscious resists change as a protective mechanism, favoring the known over the unknown. Resistance to change is not punitive, but rather a subconscious attempt to safeguard familiar states. The magnitude of transformation directly correlates with the intensity of the inner alarm. This inner alarm is the body's programmed safety response. The body's safety response is based on past experiences. The inner alarm serves to protect individuals from perceived threats. The intensity of the alarm is proportional to the perceived risk associated with the transformation. Past experiences shape the individual's perception of risk. Manifestation necessitates transcending the boundaries of the familiar and venturing into uncharted territories. The sensation of fear during these transitional moments signifies forward progress, not deviation from the intended path. Stepping into the unknown is a crucial element of the manifestation process. Fear serves as an indicator that one is actively moving towards their desired outcome. Fear can be understood as the resistance of one's former self to the emergence of a new identity. Quantum physics posits the existence of a quantum self, which is not constrained by conventional limitations. This quantum self is inherently aligned with one's highest potential and truest nature. The experience of fear arises when the old self perceives the quantum self as a threat to its established identity. Embracing the quantum self involves releasing attachments to the old self and accepting the inherent potential for growth and transformation. Meeting the quantum self requires clear focus, free from fear or the need to control outcomes. Emotional regulation acts as a bridge connecting the present self to the future self. Clarity of focus is essential for self-discovery and achieving desired outcomes. Fear and the need for control can cloud focus, hindering the realization of the quantum self. Achieving emotional regulation facilitates a smoother transition between the present and future self. The human body responds physiologically to thoughts as if they were tangible experiences. Fearful thoughts can trigger the body's stress response, leading to physiological changes. Thoughts about the future prompt physiological recalibration in anticipation of upcoming events. The mind-body connection demonstrates a direct influence of cognitive processes on physical states. This reaction highlights the intimate link between mental perception and physical reality. Recalibration is a process that requires time and adjustment. Individuals may initially attract desired outcomes, such as love, abundance, or freedom. Feelings of unworthiness can arise during periods of significant change. The experience of change can sometimes induce feelings of panic. Panic is a survival instinct, triggered by perceived threats to safety. This instinctual response questions the current environment's safety. Acknowledging these feelings is the first step in managing panic. Validating these feelings provides a sense of understanding and control. Reassuring the body that it is safe helps to calm the survival instinct. Creating a safe space allows for the body to relax and expand. Instead of avoiding fear, actively engage with it. Listening to fear involves understanding its underlying message and origin. Translating fear means interpreting its message into actionable insights. Sitting with fear trains the nervous system to perceive growth as safe. This process facilitates adaptation and resilience in the face of challenges. By embracing fear, individuals can foster a sense of safety during periods of change and development. Striving for a desired future activates the higher self. This pursuit also awakens abandoned fragments of the past self. The awakening of past fragments is an integral part of achieving the desired reality. These fragments contribute to the holistic actualization of the higher self. Suppressed aspects of self require acknowledgement to facilitate personal growth. Unacknowledged fragments, silenced by survival mechanisms, emerge from the unconscious. These fragments must be integrated into the conscious self to foster healing and wholeness. The journey of self-discovery involves bringing these silenced fragments along. Survival mechanisms often lead to the suppression of certain aspects of the self. Acknowledging suppressed aspects facilitates a more complete and authentic sense of self. The shadow represents an unacknowledged aspect of the self, seeking integration rather than suppression. Fear, jealousy, and doubt are emotions that arise to be understood and integrated into one's personality. Integration involves accepting and understanding these emotions, rather than banishing or ignoring them. The goal is to create a safe, internal environment where all aspects of the self can coexist and contribute to personal growth. Acknowledging feelings is a crucial step in emotional processing. Feelings, both positive and negative, are valid and should be recognized. Affirming feelings validates their existence and importance. All aspects of oneself, including emotions, are integral to personal growth. Including all parts of oneself in the emotional journey fosters wholeness. Integrating the old self involves incorporating past experiences rather than discarding them. Bringing the old self along promotes a sense of wholeness and completeness. Wholeness is achieved by acknowledging and accepting all aspects of one's past. Leaving the old self behind can lead to fragmentation and a sense of incompleteness. Integration fosters a more unified and resilient sense of self. The process of integration is a journey towards self-acceptance and inner peace. The leap involves more than just envisioning or meditating on a new reality. The true leap is defined by actions taken during moments of uncertainty and fear. These actions occur when the comfort of the old identity attempts to pull one back. The trembling moments represent the internal conflict between the old and the new. Overcoming the pull of the past defines the transformative leap. Spiritual growth is not a linear progression. Alignment is not a permanent state, but a recurring return. The process involves repeated cycles of deviation and realignment. Continuous effort is required to maintain spiritual alignment. Spiritual growth is characterized by cyclical realignment. Returning to alignment involves a continuous process of choosing growth over comfort. This return is not a one-time event, but an ongoing ritual. The leap represents the act of returning to alignment. Alignment is achieved through consistent choices favoring personal development. The return to alignment signifies a commitment to continuous self-improvement. Falling is an inherent part of any iterative process. Every setback encountered during the process provides valuable feedback. This feedback serves as an opportunity to learn from mistakes. Learning allows for adjustments to be made, improving future iterations. The iterative cycle of falling, feedback, learning, and adjustment leads to continuous improvement. Embracing setbacks as feedback accelerates the overall process of growth and development. The future self exists not as a distant concept, but as an immediate possibility. Each moment presents an opportunity to align with and choose one's envisioned future self. The future self vibrates at a different frequency, awaiting conscious selection. Choosing the future self is a continuous, moment-by-moment process. The initial response to fear is often resistance, which can amplify the feeling. Instead of fighting fear, conscious breathing can create space for observation and acceptance. Walking through fear involves acknowledging its presence and continuing forward despite discomfort. Maintaining a steady signal, such as a clear intention, provides stability during moments of fear. Breathing with fear allows for a more measured and rational response, rather than a reactive one. Ultimately, embracing fear as a temporary state allows for personal growth and resilience. The transition from reaction to regulation marks a shift in behavioral control, moving from a state of survival to one of embodiment. Signifies a deeper integration of self. Theoretical understanding transforms into practical application, shaping everyday life. The shift from reaction to regulation involves conscious control over impulses. Embodiment integrates mental and physical states, leading to a holistic sense of being. The integration of theory into life results in tangible, real-world changes. The realization of living through a transformative shift alters the perception of fear. Fear, initially perceived as an obstacle, evolves into an opportunity for growth and progression. This transformation reframes fear from a barrier into a portal for new possibilities. Embracing this shift allows one to move beyond limitations and explore uncharted territories. The initial breakthrough often triggers fear, signaling expansion beyond one's comfort zone. Fear arises as a natural response to venturing into the unknown and challenging established boundaries. This emotional response indicates a moment of significant personal growth and potential transformation. Overcoming this fear is essential for achieving progress and realizing one's full potential. The subconscious mind inherently resists change. This resistance is a protective mechanism, not a form of punishment. The subconscious seeks to maintain the stability of the known and familiar. Change introduces uncertainty, which the subconscious is programmed to avoid. By resisting change, the subconscious aims to preserve a sense of safety and predictability. Manifestation necessitates disrupting the cycle of familiarity. Breaking free from routine is essential for creating new realities. Stepping into the unknown is a fundamental aspect of manifestation. Embracing uncertainty allows for the emergence of novel outcomes. Manifestation requires actively seeking experiences beyond the predictable. Emotional regulation serves as a bridge, connecting one's present state to their potential future self. This bridge facilitates the transition and growth from the current self towards the realization of one's potential. Without emotional regulation, the gap between the current and potential self remains unbridged, hindering personal development. Effective emotional regulation provides the necessary support and structure for navigating the path to self-actualization. The journey across this emotional bridge represents the continuous process of self-improvement and the pursuit of one's full potential. The body interprets thoughts as tangible experiences, affecting both physical and emotional conditions. Thoughts trigger physiological responses by activating neural pathways and releasing neurotransmitters. Positive thoughts can promote relaxation and well-being, while negative thoughts may induce stress and anxiety. This mind-body connection underscores the importance of cognitive well-being for overall health. Achieving desired outcomes can paradoxically trigger feelings of unworthiness. These feelings of unworthiness stem from a survival instinct questioning personal safety. This instinctual response assesses whether the achieved outcome aligns with perceived self-worth. The subconscious mind may interpret success as a disruption to the established equilibrium. This perceived disruption can manifest as feelings of anxiety and self-doubt. The nervous system adapts to perceived threats by activating the fight-or-flight response. Repeated exposure to fear in a safe environment can recalibrate the nervous system's threat response. This recalibration allows the nervous system to associate growth with safety rather than danger. By gradually facing fears, the nervous system learns to perceive growth opportunities as non-threatening. This process fosters resilience and adaptability in the face of new challenges. Ultimately, training the nervous system promotes a sense of safety and confidence in navigating life's uncertainties. The pursuit of a desired reality can trigger the resurfacing of forgotten aspects of one's past self. Abandoned fragments of the past self are reawakened when striving for a specific future. The desired reality acts as a catalyst, prompting the retrieval of dormant memories and experiences. These fragments represent previously suppressed or neglected aspects of one's identity. The reawakening process integrates these fragments into the present self, shaping the path towards the desired future. Silenced parts, representing suppressed aspects, emerge to be acknowledged. Integration of these parts does not impede progress, but rather enriches the overall process. Acknowledging silenced parts fosters a more complete and balanced perspective. The process of integration involves understanding and accepting previously ignored elements. Integration leads to a more robust and resilient system. The goal is not to halt advancement, but to ensure progress is inclusive and comprehensive. Welcoming doubt allows for a more complete understanding. Embracing fear facilitates a fuller journey. Acknowledging uncertainty contributes to a more comprehensive perspective. Accepting doubt and fear leads to a more enriched experience. Alignment is not a static state, but a continuous process of readjustment. Returning to alignment involves ongoing adjustments rather than a one-time correction. The process of continuous return requires constant monitoring and iterative refinement. Maintaining alignment necessitates vigilance and responsiveness to deviations. Continuous return ensures long-term stability through consistent adaptation. Setbacks provide valuable feedback. Feedback facilitates growth. Growth requires adjustment. Adjustment leads to improved outcomes. The future self exists as a potentiality within the present moment. Each decision made in the present actively shapes and defines the future self. The future is not predetermined, but is continuously being chosen through present actions. The present moment holds the agency to select a specific future self from a range of possibilities. The concept of the future self is an abstract representation of potential outcomes influenced by current choices. The present is the only time where one can actively influence and create their future self. Facing fear, instead of resisting it, can result in personal growth. Transformation is achieved by confronting and overcoming fear. The process of walking through fear involves a transition from a state of vulnerability to a state of strength. Fear can be a catalyst for positive change and self-discovery. The act of walking through fear requires courage and a willingness to embrace the unknown. The journey through fear ultimately leads to a more resilient and empowered self. Shifting to embodiment transforms abstract concepts into tangible experiences. Embodiment bridges the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical, lived reality. The process of embodiment allows for a deeper, more intuitive understanding of abstract ideas. Embodiment makes the leap from conceptualization to lived experience a concrete reality. Fear initially manifests as a formidable barrier, obstructing progress and limiting potential. This barrier represents the psychological and emotional constraints imposed by fear. Through confrontation and understanding, fear can be transformed from a barrier into a gateway. This gateway symbolizes new opportunities and expanded possibilities that emerge from overcoming fear. The transformation highlights the potential for personal growth and empowerment through embracing challenges. Discomfort can be interpreted as an indicator of personal expansion and growth. Embracing discomfort is essential for achieving personal development and overcoming limitations. Growth often requires stepping outside one's comfort zone and facing challenging experiences. Viewing discomfort as a positive sign can lead to increased resilience and adaptability. Reassuring the body during times of change helps foster a sense of safety. Physical reassurance can involve gentle movements and mindful breathing exercises. Creating a stable and predictable environment provides a foundation for physical security. Consistent routines and familiar sensory inputs contribute to the body's overall sense of well-being. Inner dialogue involves engaging in a conversation with oneself to explore thoughts and feelings. Understanding fears requires identifying and acknowledging the specific concerns that trigger anxiety. Validating fears involves accepting their existence and recognizing their potential impact. Inner dialogue provides a safe space to examine the root causes of fear without external judgment. Acknowledging fears can diminish their power and facilitate more rational responses. Through inner dialogue, individuals can develop coping mechanisms to manage and overcome their fears. Conscious integration involves assimilating past experiences. Integration allows for forward movement with a sense of wholeness. The process requires acknowledging and understanding past events. Wholeness is achieved through the resolution of inner conflicts and acceptance of self. Continuously choosing growth over comfort is essential for aligning with one's desired future. Growth necessitates stepping outside of one's comfort zone. Prioritizing long-term growth leads to a more fulfilling future. A continuous commitment to growth shapes the trajectory of one's life. Maintaining a consistent signal is essential for manifesting desired outcomes. A stable signal enhances the clarity and strength of the intended manifestation. Inconsistent signals can lead to diffused or unintended results. Focus and consistency amplify the power of the signal to shape reality. The shift towards a desired life is an ongoing process, not a future event. Recognizing the present reality as part of the desired future fosters a sense of empowerment. Living the shift involves actively engaging with the present moment to shape the desired future. Each small action taken in the present contributes to the overall realization of the desired life. Embracing the journey and appreciating the progress made is essential for sustaining the shift. Transformation involves navigating challenges and difficulties. The process of transformation requires embracing all stages, not just the desired outcome. Challenges are integral to the transformation process, fostering growth and resilience. Complete transformation necessitates accepting the entire journey, including its inherent struggles. Embracing challenges during transformation leads to a more profound and meaningful outcome. Self-compassion involves extending understanding and kindness toward oneself during difficult times. Practicing self-compassion means acknowledging personal imperfections and setbacks without harsh judgment. Self-compassion helps mitigate the negative impact of self-doubt and fear. It encourages a balanced perspective, recognizing that suffering and challenges are a shared human experience. Self-compassion provides emotional resilience, fostering inner strength and acceptance. By embracing self-compassion, individuals can navigate moments of doubt and fear with greater ease and understanding. Personal growth is a journey that requires patience. Self-compassion is essential while navigating the challenges of personal development. Progress may be gradual, and setbacks are a normal part of the process. Embracing patience fosters resilience and supports long-term personal growth. Every step forward, regardless of its magnitude, warrants recognition and celebration. Small achievements collectively contribute to significant overall progress. Acknowledging incremental advancements reinforces motivation and fosters continued effort. Celebrating progress cultivates a positive mindset and encourages perseverance through challenges. Consistent recognition of progress reinforces positive behaviors and promotes a culture of achievement. The cumulative effect of celebrating small wins creates a powerful momentum towards achieving larger goals.